Rosabels here. 2026 is now, and the whole Spotify rap thing has infected every single platform from YouTube to Steam to Discord. Discord? So I decided, you know what, I'm just the crazy neurotic lady to have data on her own, so let's do one for Arknights. We're going to go down memory lane at all the events in the past years, my thoughts on some highs and lows, some event statistics, new skins, and wrap it all up with my 2025 pulling statistics. Welcome to Rosabels Arknights Wrapped for 2025. But before that, I guess it's safe to say that I am not a free-to-play player, and being a content creator for a gacha game can get pretty expensive. So I try to find ways to save, and that includes using this video sponsor, Lootbar, the most affordable and safest packs trading platform in the gacha space. Lootbar provides cheaper prices for the different packs on your favorite gachas, and new members will receive a coupon upon making an account, which can give you up to 20% discounts on your first purchase. Topping up is super easy for Arknights. Just select your pack, pay using the many local payment options available for your country, then redeem the pack in-game. If you're worried, Lootbar has a high score of 4.9 on Trustpilot and has received tens and thousands of reviews, which is enough to show that their service is safe and effective. So come and join Lootbar. Click the link in the description or the pinned comment to get another 10% off coupon for new users. Now on to our 2025 Wrapped. Let's start with a trip down memory lane at all the events this year. We started the year with a rerun of the So Long Adele event, which was the 4th anniversary event for Global, immediately followed by the Adventure That Cannot Wait for the Sun, or the 5th Global Anniv event, where we met Pepe and Narantuya. This was immediately followed by the Story Collection event A Casdalian Rescue, where we recruited Nymph, and we were introduced to IS5 Sarkaz's Furnicide Fables with our first alchemist, the Tin Man. We ended February with a rerun of Come Catastrophes or Wakes of Vultures. Afterwards, we had the Arknights collab with Dungeon Meshi Delicious on Terra, featuring Laios' party with Marcel as the new 6-star, and then we had our introduction to Vector Breakthrough with Revenge of Rosmontes. April came, of course, with our regular April Fool's event, and this year it was the It Cannot Get Any Better Than This Terra Investment Masterclass. That's a mouthful. Event with Cannot, where we first learned how to go all in. This may or may not have had ripple effects in the future. After that, we had the ending of a Grand Overture Intermezzo event featuring Siege Altar or Vina Victoria, and then our celebration event I Portatori de Veluti with Laplan Altar and Suzumama. May brought us the trial event of Stronghold Protocol or Arknights Auto Chess. This was followed by the rerun of Zwilligstrom Immerbst, if I said that correctly. June was stacked with Exodus from the Pale Sea and the introduction of Thorn's Altar. We then played Arknights Arcade with Polyvision Museum, which came with the collab skins from the China Film Archive, followed by the rerun of the Rides to Lake Silbenherz and the IS5 expansion at the same time. July started with the rerun of Hear a People's Souls, or the Shu event, followed immediately with our festival event, such as the Joy of Our Reunion, featuring you and Blaze Altar. August started with the Story Collection event See You Soon, where we got Entelekia, and this happened alongside Integrated Look Back, Another Tides, or the IS3 update. Shortly after, we had the return of Contingency Contract with CC number 3, Battle Plan Extinguished Sins. And we ended August with When Elegies Are Ashes, where we got Eblana. Still not calling her Necras. We started September with Co-op Sports Ball with the official Rhodes Island Icebreaker Games number 1, then immediately despaired and became homeless with the opening of Chapter 15, Dissociative Recombination, where we got Monster. But at what cost? And then, as if we were not emotionally wrecked, HG decided to follow that up with Babel rerun at the end of the month. Everything is fine. Just don't listen to the music. Don't listen to the sound effects. There is no war in Ba Sing Se. Teresa is okay. Nothing bad happened in Babel. After Babel, we had a stacked October, with the celebration event The Masses Travels with Exu Alter and Lemuen, alongside integrated look back to the castle, or the IS2 update. And because the reception to the April Fool's event was so good, it became an official seasonal event with dual channel Green Grassville. Speaking of introductions becoming unofficial event, we ended the month with Vector Breakthrough Inorganic Matters, which was the first official Vector breakthrough after its introduction last March. We started November with the Paddles Up login event, followed by Act or Die with Tragodia, followed by Trials for Navigator number 5, and the month ended with Dissociative Recombination 2 Electric Boogaloo, aka Path of Life rerun. Yo star, am I right? And finally, we started December with Fantasy in the Mirage with Lazy Alter, and the Arknights collab with Taiko no Tatsujin called Gyoko Kichion, and the open of IS6 where we got to recruit Mama Radian. And we ended the year with Amiya Baby's birthday, Wishes from Stars. Phew! And with that rundown, that is a total of 37 events in 2025 with 7 reruns, 7 side stories, 1 intermezzo, 3 story collections, 5 IS-related events, 3 collabs, 10 special events, and 1 main story update. Of the special events, 2 introductory events became full-blown seasonal events. This includes the April Fool's event, which became dual channel, and Vector Breakthrough. As far as we know, Stronghold Protocol will also become a seasonal event this 2026 for Global. Now, how much OP did we get this year? I'll separate this with veterans who have been playing since last year versus newbies. This is because of the reruns. So if you're a newbie and you did all the stages and challenge modes in all the events plus reruns, you got a total of 612 OP from the 2025 events alone. For veterans who would not get OP from the reruns, we got a total of 397 OP from all the stages and challenge modes. As for the farmable Tier 3 items, I included both normal events and reruns, and out of the 19 Tier 3 items that we have in-game, Arknights has rotated 18 of them across the events this year. The last Tier 3 item is of course the new item introduced in episode 15, the Coagulative Nodule, and that makes sense that it won't enter the rotation just yet. We can expect at least one event to have it in 2026, maybe. Amongst the Tier 3 items that were rotated for farming in the events, aggregate cyclosines and semi-synthetic solvents appeared only once, which is fine considering we don't really use them that often. Compound cutting fluids and fuscous fibers appeared twice, which again is fine because I don't recall using them that often. Maybe fuscous fibers have been used more and more lately? Acetons, coagulating gels, crystalline components, loxicols, manganese ore, rock clusters, RMA-7012s, sugar packs, and transmuted salts appeared thrice, which kinda sucks. Like, I feel like rock clusters and RMA-7012 should appear more often. Of course, loxicols were phased out this year, so we will not be seeing them anymore in the future as a stage farmable item, and manganese ores will be phased out next year. This is due to them being in the Infinite Shop. We will also be seeing which item will be in the Infinite Shop next year. Incandescent alloys, integrated devices, and polyester packs appeared 4 times. Suitable, all things considered. I'm always out of devices. And finally, grindstones and oriron clusters appeared 5 times. In terms of story events, let's face it, I'm a sucker for lore, so I generally loved all the new stories that came out this year. So I'll be talking about the events in terms of mechanics and gameplay, and maybe their ludonarrative connection versus talking about my favorite stories because I enjoyed all of them, let me be real. From the new story events, I have to say the 3 that stood out to me the most in terms of mechanics and gameplay would be in no particular order. I Portatori de Veluti. I found the carnival concept both fun and challenging, and I love how it was integrated into the boss fight with Lapland. Like how it's a contest and how well you do will dictate how easy your fight will be. Then of course, Chapter 15's mechanic of fighting our own UI. The flavor and the challenge it added to the stages was so good, and Chapter 15's general flavor and the after effects of it in the game was so well done. Like, I legit got so scared after I played it, and I'm so glad I avoided story spoilers. And of course, we have to give big props to Act or Die. I loved the camera mechanics, loved the flavor of it, like the enemies are forced to act a certain way in front of the camera. And I especially love the creative mechanics with the certain enemies in front of the cameras. I found that so cool, and it was a mechanic that brought a smile to my face rather than frustration. Of course, with the highs, there has to be a few lows. Again, in no particular order, these were my bottom 3 of events in terms of mechanics. This first mechanic, I don't really hate it or dislike it, but I felt like it was just there. I'm talking about the ending a grand overture equipment drops. Like, I felt like it doesn't really do anything, and the only time I paid attention to it was for the trimmed medal for the boss. But other than that, it was just eh? And I could cope it into the lore, but I feel like it's so outside of it. My second event has to be the when elegies are ashes bushes. I found them so annoying, especially in an event where line of sight is so important for certain enemy mechanics. And like, I know that's the challenge, but come on. I was okay with it in the story stages, but it got so old so quickly in the EX stages. And I cannot end this list without the masses travels. The flavor? Immaculate! But goddamn, I hated the dream tiles. And although the cute cherubs are helpful, I had difficulty distinguishing them on sight. So it breaks my flow, because then I have to pause and read which cherub it is, recalibrate my strategy, or leave the stage to adjust and go back in. I do not like. As for the special events, I'm quite spoiled for choice. My top 3 choices, again, not in any particular order, include Polyvision Museum. I love this different take in playing Arknights. I especially love the chain minigame. It was so fun looking for different ways to make your enemies loop over and over through the routes. CC3 was hilarious to play. Like, I get the frustration of general CC difficulty, but this CC was just hilarious when you just use the red tornado of doom to your advantage. At some point, you're just watching everything die to the environment. And also, the song slaps. And of course, I think my favorite event would be Dual Channel. I genuinely had so much fun playing it to the point that I didn't even care that I got all the rewards. I just kept playing it because it was so fun. I love that it puts your knowledge of the enemies to the test with a smidge of luck. And it was actually pretty funny to realize that sometimes we think an enemy is so much stronger than it actually is just because of event trauma. Now, as for my least favorite events, I only really have 2. I would have to say Vector Breakthrough in Organic Matters. Like, don't get me wrong, I love getting to know Mechanist and I love the idea that he's on our side. But damn, this event was a struggle. I think one thing here that I didn't like compared to the Rosmontes one was that you can only select 4 of the buffs in the special front. I feel like it would be better if you just get all the buffs as long as the units are garrisoned. Like, it would make garrisoning the units feel more worth it and even out the difficulty more. Next is, Trials for Navigator 5, and this is probably just a me thing. Like, I don't mind boss rushes, I just hate boss rushes with shifting stages. Like, I would have loved Trials more if it was just one stage with multiple bosses. That would be more fun for me. But like I said, this is my opinion, and I understand a lot of people like this game mode. I'm just not one of them. Before we go to the next part, which are about the skins and pulls, I need to preface this by reminding you all that I am a content creator for Arknights and on YouTube, and I do earn benefits from being a content creator, and this includes extra income to allow me to maintain my account and buy a lot of packs and currencies. On top of that, of course, having sponsorships that gives me discounts and more moolah to work with. The stats you are about to see are the stats of someone who is being paid to play this game and make content, and should in no way be taken as the standard you should set for yourself and for your account in Arknights or in any gacha game. At the end of the day, this is a game. Please take care of yourselves and your finances. Times are rough. Don't make it harder on yourself for some PNGs. If you have to skip banners to save your pulls, you can just pull vicariously through me. Let's start with skins. Across 2025, we had gotten a total of 88 new skins. Now, these are all new skins, meaning I didn't include the rerun skins or the fashion reviews in these statistics. We're only talking about 2025 skins. Anyway, time for stats. From the 88 skins, 14 of these were free, and by that I mean they don't cost OP. Either they are rewards for special events, bought by using event currency, or like the crew skin was given as a reward. One skin was a paid skin, and of course this was the Calcet skin to commemorate Season 3 of the Arknights anime. That leaves 73 skins that cost OP, which consisted of 5 special Live 2D skins, or the 24 OP skins, 13 Live 2D skins, or the 21 OP skins, and 55 normal skins, or the 18 OP skins, which cost a total of 1,383 OP to buy all the skins. To be fair, I didn't buy all of them. Most of them, but not all. I got all 14 of the free skins, and I also admittedly bought the Cal skin, which I will defend myself by saying that it was an emotional purchase. Episode 15 just happened, and I wanted to live in the delusion that Cal was still alive. As for the other skins, I did get all 5 of the special Live 2D skins. Those are top priority for me. I got 12 out of 13 of the Live 2D skins. The only one I didn't get was Mumu's skin because I don't have Mumu. And I got 44 out of 55 of the 18 OP skins. Mostly because I preferred their older skin, or it just didn't stand out enough for me to buy OP just to get them. In total, out of 88 skins, I got 76 skins and spent a total of 1,164 OP. See? Only 84% of the max. I don't spend that much. The copium is real. If I'm to talk about my favorite skins, my favorite free skin is definitely the cruise one. You get it as a reward for logging in for 1,000 days, which is just under 3 years. And it's so cute. I love the stuffed bunny doctor. I love her dress, the animations, and of course, the fact that the 3-star who carried me in the early game got a Live 2D skin. Amongst the special Live 2D skins, I have to say Virtuosa's skin is gorgeous. Like, even now, when I watch the opening and she comes up on screen, I'm like, whoa, gorgeous. Just her outfit and her demeanor and how the red apple stands out when you go to her younger self, almost like blood across marble. If red flag, why hot? Of the Live 2D skins, I would have to say Rosmonte's skin eked out the top spot for me just at the end of the year. Besides just the stunning art right up front, let's be real, I just love seeing a happy Rosmontes. Like, she's been through so much, she deserves the laughs. Also Cal. Oof, and from the 18 OP skins, so many choices. But I guess looking down the list, I would have to go with the Olpiana skin. Totally not because I have been analyzing this skin for an upcoming video. Totally not. Now, talking about the new 6-star operators, we had a total of 20 this year, and this includes 3 welfare or free 6 stars, which are of course Crown Slayer, Sanctum Exaparato, and Radian. 1 collab 6-star, Marseille. 4 limited 6 stars, Pepe, Lapland de Decadenza, Yu, and Exuzie the New Covenant. And 12 standard 6 stars, Narantuya, Nymph, Vina Victoria, Vulpes Folia, Thorns the Lodestar, Blaze the Igniting Spark, Entelequia Eblana, Monster, Lemuen, Tragodia, and Lazy, the Thunderbringer. Lots of great operators came out this year, and it was really tough to talk about my top operators and narrow it down to like 4. And I'm gonna be real, even narrowed down, I don't feel great about leaving others out, so I'm gonna add them as special mentions. This is my opinion, by the way. If you don't agree, it's fine. Just because I have certain opinion doesn't mean you have to share it. Individuality, the bane and beauty of humanity. So Rosa's favorite new operators in 2025 are, in no particular order, Lapland de Decadenza, or Lapland Alter, who has become a staple in my team, not just for her global S3, but I started loving her S1 as well when I realized how many idle enemies there are in Arknights. Love her design, love her kit, so happy I got her. And if Lapland Alter made it to this list, you know I gotta include my baby boy Yu. Besides the S3 wall of death that makes every caster into a ritualist, his own ability to burn enemies and teleport them to him is so good. 10 out of 10, best baby. Carried me in Vector Breakthrough. Up next, of course, is our girl Lemuen. I had to choose her over her sister because of her amazing utility. Her ability to technically have global range by tagging enemies with Laterano operators is so good. Like, block a dude with Plume, then use Lemuen to Hammer of Dawn on them. It's so good. And of course, y'all know I can't end this list without talking about my boy Lucian, aka Phantom Altar, aka Tragodia. Bro really said, "Oh, you power crept my executor form? Let me come back and put the whole AK community in a chokehold with the power of cats." He's not just powerful, but he's so fun to use, and that's a great combo to have. Special mentions to Exu Alter for revitalizing the geek class, Narantuya who surprised me with her utility, Nymph skill 2 showing the power of Fear Lock, and Monster spiritual successor of Kalset who I also adore. As for units that I won't say I hate, but they did underwhelm, again in no particular order, Crown Slayer. At least pre-Mod Y Crown Slayer. With the module, she's fine. Sad that she needs the module, but it's fine. When she was released, imagine being clowned and bullied by the community as a boss, then finally you become playable, and you're a free unit! Only to be clowned again. Like, she had her chance at the Ultimate Redemption arc and we had to wait for her Y module before she had it. Sad. Next one is Marseille. Don't get me wrong, Dungeon Meshi collab, incredibly fun. The story, hilarious. The character flavor, amazing. But as a usable unit in Arknights, man, like I think her most usable skill in general gameplay is skill 2. And that needs so much time to set up. Then her third skill as a heli drop AoE nuke sounds great until you have to use it, and man, I think it's unfortunate because the collab operators before her like Ash, Ella, and Kirin Yato, who are all so stacked, and then she comes in like eh. Third one might get me some hate, but I got disappointed in Entelequia. I got like 4 of her this year, which is great, but like as a Reaper, I much prefer La Pluma or Executor Altar's kits. And like her niche uses aren't so worth it that I would use her just for that. Like there are better options for me, IMHO. Or I could just be bitter that I didn't get Noelle in her banner. This is actually a point of contention between me and my fiance because he really likes using Entelequia, but this is my list, so ha! And finally, this hurts. Blaze Altar. It's actually so funny using her skills because her attacks look so strong and then you see the damage and you're like, oh. I know she needs to have like a burner to do more damage, but man, I feel like it's such a downgrade from the Guard Blaze Altar. Like if they gave Guard Blaze a Delta module for burn damage, that's it. I would have been probably better off. Still, maybe these guys will have their niche places. At the very least, they are options for the special fronts for Vector Breakthrough. And of course, this wouldn't be a gacha wrapped without talking about banners and pulls. For 2025, starting from Standard Banner 131 until the last banner of the year, which is Standard Banner 156, we have a total of, not including Colonel, 26 standard banners, 8 special banners, which includes Joint Ops, Orienteering, and Celebrations, 8 new character banners, 4 rerun banners, 1 collab banner, and 4 limited banners. For a grand total of 51 banners, and I pulled in all of them. Oof. I didn't pull in any Colonel banners except for the Colonel Celebration banner, but I only used the excess blue certs I had, and I did not use any of my standard currencies, so we're gonna skip that. I got Act in that banner if you're curious. So how many pulls did I use and how did it go? Well, let's start with my ground rules. For standard banners and rerun banners, I only pulled the guaranteed, which is at most 10 pulls per banner. For special banners, I pulled to the first 6 stars, starting by pulling the guaranteed and then doing 10 pulls right after. For character banners, I pull until I get the new 6-star operator, starting by pulling the guaranteed, then doing 10 pulls until I hit the new character. The same goes for collab banners, but that includes the limited 5 stars. And for limited banners, I do the first free pull, the free 10 pull, then 10 pull until I get both new operators, with the exception of this being the U banner, because I pulled the 200 there to spark for Neon. Now for the breakdown. For standard and rerun banners, aka the banners when I only pulled the guaranteed, there were a total of 30 banners, and I did 230 pulls across all of them, which averages to about 8 pulls per banner. Amazingly, I managed to get 4 6 stars across these banners. In standard banners 132, 137, 148, and 153. These were Saylok, Gnosis, Vulpes Folia, and Molnar respectively. All dupes, but that's fine. As for special banners, across the 7 banners, I pulled a total of 259 times, which averages to 37 pulls per banner. Though you have to take into account that some of the standard banners eat up some pity. And I got 1 6-star each, which totals to 7 6-stars, namely Jessica Alter, who I didn't have before pulling her, 2 Inez, Ascalon, Executor Alter, Hoderer, and Horn. For the character and collab banners, not including the limited banners, there were a total of 9 banners and I did a total of, oh boy, 511 pulls. That averages to 57 pulls per banner, which I mean is just above pity, let's be real. But in those pulls, I got a total of 19 6-stars. Now remember, in these banners, I pull until I get the new 6-star, which means there were either dupes or I got off-banner characters. For dupes, I actually got lucky quite a few times. My 2 luckiest banners have to be 1, the Vina Victoria banner, because I got Molnar in the first pull, immediately followed by Vina Victoria in the next 10 pull. I then purchased the 12 exclusive pulls and I got another Vina, meaning I got 3 6-stars in 23 pulls. The other banner is both my luckiest and unluckiest. It was the Entelequia banner. I got Entelequia in the second pull, but I really wanted the 5-star Noelle, so I pulled a total of 52 times. In those pulls, I got 2 more Entelequias, but no Noelles. Sad. I did get Noelle in an Orienteering banner later on, but damn you, Desire Sensor! As for my unluckiest banners, they would have to be the Thorns Altar banner, the Monster banner, and the Tragodia banner. I pulled 82 times in the Thorns Altar banner, where I first got Nymph, followed by double Thorns Altar. I pulled 91 times in the Tragodia banner, where I first got Golden Glow. Wrong cat! But then it was followed by a double 6-star bag with Tragodia and Entelequia. And my worst banner this year has to be the Monster banner, where I pulled 98 times and I got Executor Altar followed by Monster. At least I got 3 6-stars in the other banners. Ugh. And finally, the limited banners, not counting the free pulls, I pulled a total of 510 times. I used 190 for the U banner because I was trying to smart for Neon, and subtracting that, it means I averaged about 107 pulls per limited banner, but across all those pulls, I actually managed to pull 18 6-stars. My luckiest banner had to be the Pepe one, where I got 4 6-stars in 90 pulls, including Pepe, Narantuya, Reed Altar, and Executor Altar. As for the U banner, where I pulled to Spark Neon, I got 7 6-stars in 190 pulls. 2 U's, 3 Blaze Altars, a Thorns Altar, and a Chobai. That being said, in 2025, I did a total of 1,510 pulls. In 1,510 pulls, I managed to pull 48 6-stars, which, to be fair, is a 3.2% rate. That's a whole 1.2% more than the 2% rate. So, as much as I rag on my luck, I've been pretty lucky. As for rate-offs, I didn't count the special banners because those have guaranteed characters, but amidst the 41 characters I got from non-special banners, 27 of them were rate-up characters. This is a 65.9 or a 66% chance of getting on-banner characters, which is honestly so much better than the normal 50%, which is funny because of how much I feel like I get off banners, but I guess that just goes to show how much we tend to focus on negatives over the positives. A little life lesson there. It is entertaining to bemoan all the rate-offs though. And I believe that is it. People who read my updates know that this year has been horrible for me. TLDR, I had a terrible fall in December 2024 and I had to have surgery last Feb and I've been doing physical therapy. I explain it more in my community post. But all this to say, as bad as my year had been IRL, it's been so much fun making videos for you guys and the growth of this channel has been phenomenal. We tripled the number of subscribers from the start of the year, which is wild. And so I just want to take this time to thank you for being here. With your love and support, I joined the video creation events for the first time in the U event and then again in the EXO Alter event, and I got second prize on both. So thank you for the love and for showing up and voting for me. This coming 2026, I want to make more lore Ludo narrative videos, and I hope that my videos continue to gain more traction. We also have Enfield coming up, so I want to start streaming that or making content on that, and maybe a few other streams, we'll see. Let me know what you think of Arknights in 2025, and let me know what other data you would want me to note down for the upcoming events for Arknights 2026. Also, if you took down your own data, let me know how your 2025 in Arknights fared. But that is it for now. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!